Make no mistake, the Democrats' efforts today and tomorrow are to destroy the Second Amendment. You don't have to take my word for it. You can just listen to what they said. Joe Biden, President of the United States, said it's time to get rid of the most popular handgun in this country. Michael Moore said it's time to repeal the Second Amendment. Sheila Jackson Lee, in our 10-hour markup last Thursday, said if this bill passes, we're not finished. They want to do more. They want to take away people's Second Amendment rights. And Mondaire Jones, a colleague of ours, said in the committee hearing last week, if this bill doesn't pass, we will end the filibuster. We will expand the Supreme Court. We will do whatever it takes to get people's Second Amendment rights limited. The hodgepodge piece of legislation that's on the floor today, a combination of 6 bills, in short, tells Americans, law-abiding American citizens, when they can buy a firearm, what kind of firearm they can get, and where and how they have to store it in their own darn home. Direct attack on Second Amendment rights. The legislation on the floor tomorrow, as Richard mentioned, this red flag legislation is so dangerous. I mean, the idea that someone who doesn't like you can file a complaint within 24 hours, there is a hearing. You're not allowed to be at that hearing. You're not allowed to confront your accuser, and they can take away your Second Amendment rights is as wrong as it gets in our system, in our constitutional system here in America. I hope every single Republican is going to vote against this. I think we're going to be close. Every single member of the Judiciary Committee opposed this legislation, this red flag concept, last week in the committee markup. Regarding January 6th, I think the goal has been stated. Mr. Raskin stated it. Their goal is to end the Electoral College, and their goal is to stop President Trump from running in 2024, plain and simple. And as Elise said, they're so focused on this, they've hired the former president of ABC News to produce their partisan documentary. And who is their first witness? A documentarian. So this tells us how political this thing is. And as Ms. Stefanik mentioned, I think the American people have figured it out. But their focus on attacking their political opponents is so strong, they don't care about the rules. They didn't follow the rules, how the resolution that says how you're supposed to form this committee, they didn't follow those rules. First time in the history of the Congress that the minority leader was not allowed to put on a select committee the individuals he or she had selected. First time in the 232-year history of our great country. And, of course, we have caught this committee altering evidence and lying to the American people about it. And maybe the worst is when they put on their hearings, there is no cross-examination. Every single hearing we have in this Congress, the majority party can have more witnesses. The majority party is going to have more members on that committee, but the minority party always gets a chance to cross-examine the witness. Even in the crazy partisan impeachment they did in 2019, where Adam Schiff held the depositions and the meetings in the bunker in the basement of the Capitol, even then, there were Republicans in the room and we could depose the witnesses. And, of course, in the open hearings, we could cross-examine the individuals the Democrats brought in. Not so here, which just, again, underscores how partisan this effort is. I think, as our conference chair pointed out, the American people see it for what it is, and they understand the real issues that are impacting them every single day. I would now yield to the guy who was supposed to be the ranking member on this committee, if it functioned according to the rules, my friend and colleague, Mr. Banks.